It's that time again when we gather to learn more about the soul, about everything that there is to learn in this world of possibilities. We're coming to you live from all our platforms. Right now, it's a wonderful possibility. We have Claudia Rotman, and we're going to talk about Akashic Records for all our Anglo audience. It's always a pleasure, Claudia, to speak to you about this knowledge. It's been around for millennia, we would say, but it's only until now that it's becoming more and more available, thanks to people like you who make it possible to learn about going inside, basically, and learn all that memory. There's a huge memory, huge library called the Akashic Records. So for those who are new to this, we're going to start by describing a little bit, defining what Akashic Records are, and we're going to be talking about your experience here in South Florida for many, many years, and all those wonderful things. Welcome. How are you?
Good, thank you, Kike. Thank you so much. It's been a while since we've done English
That's right.
recording, so I wanted to do that because I know a lot of my students and clients have asked me to do the recordings in English, so I wanted to do one today, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here on your platform, and all the people that are going to be listening, welcome, and thank you so much for always supporting me. I have a lot of support from my friends, from my students, my clients, from Journey to the Heart, Ernesto Ortiz. He's always my teacher and supporting me as well. So yes, we wanted to talk a little bit about Akashic Records, which sometimes the name is intimidating to people. They never heard it and they get confused and they just don't even want to ask questions about what it is because they never heard of the name, or the name could be confusing. But I am here to clarify what are the Akashic Records and to invite every one of you to tap into this beautiful energy, because like you said, now we have been given the opportunity to learn about these tools and these teachings that years ago were not available to us. But there is a need for us and the opportunity to transform our lives. And this is why we hear a little bit more about different modalities that perhaps we never heard before. So let me tell you a little bit about what are Akashic Records. So we have a book of life. Our soul has gone through a very long journey of many, many, many lives. And every lifetime, every word, every experience, and every emotion that our soul has experienced has been recorded in our book of life. And we are able to tap into our book of life through a sacred prayer and a specific recipe that takes us right into this realm. So Akasha is a realm of energy, and it's full of unconditional love, primordial energy. Akasha means ether, means energy, okay? And we're able to tap this realm by the energy of our name. With our name, we're able to tap into this realm that is unconditional love. So when we tap into this energy is when we heal. As humans, we need information because we have the need to know, the need to see. And if we cannot see it and we cannot feel it, it's very hard for us to believe. So the information is there for us humans to fulfill that need to know. But what really heals is entering and tapping into this realm of energy. That is what heals us. Why do we need to heal, and why would we need to enter this realm? Because we're able to raise our frequency so much, and the opportunity to heal the condition of our mind, whether it's from this lifetime or other lifetimes, to be able to heal our present moment. Because as we know, everything that we've done has a cause and an effect, right? So we've been everything. We've been all. We've been good and we've been bad. We've made mistakes and we've done wonderful things. So every action that we have taken has an effect. And perhaps those seeds that we have planted in a past life or in this lifetime are sprouting today. So sometimes we find ourselves suffering. We find ourselves in difficult events in our lives. And we ask ourselves, why? Why are we here? Why are we suffering? Why, if we are good people, we're going through this? Number one, why? It's never a great question. And that's something we will learn also, is the importance of questioning, empowering questions, because our masters, our guides, our teachers are not attached to the information. So we need to ask specific questions when we enter this realm of energy in order to receive the healing and the information that we need. So when we raise our frequency by meditation and we're able to tap into this realm, we can hear and understand the information a lot clearer than if we are in a low vibration or low frequency. So what is a low frequency? When we're suffering, when we're angry, when we just doing our daily day, being unconscious. So when we start doing all this beautiful work of meditation and entering these higher realms of energy, we are given the opportunity to start to heal all of those seeds that we planted in the past that perhaps are sprouting now, but it gives us the opportunity to look at them from a different place, a different perspective, understanding that we have to look at ourselves and others with compassion and love, and understanding where we were at that moment in time. A lot of things come from our ancestry lineage. A lot of things that we're experiencing today are not even ours. They are beliefs that have been brought down from generation to generation. And that we feel, the suffering, the uncomfortableness, is an invitation and an opportunity to transform our lives, to tap into these tools that are being offered for all of us today, and be able to look and heal and give our inner child, or change those sacred contracts that we're bringing from another lifetime, because we did not have the opportunity to change the condition of our minds. So it is amazing.
And it is. Every time I hear you, I can't get enough of your energy and your excitement when you talk about this, because it's basically has defined your life, your adult life. You've been involved in educating and teaching, and also giving therapy on Akashic Records. But I was wondering, as you were speaking, what is the role of time? How is time defined? Because we live in a lineal system, and we have the future, we have the past, we have the present. But how is time defined, and how can time be conquered in a way when we want to tap into this whole world of the Akashic Records?
Well, for our masters, our teachers, we have all the time in the world, and this lifetime is a snap of the fingers for them. And that's why we have the free will that we can learn what we need to learn today, or we can take 3, 4, 5 lifetimes to learn and transform our lives. But through the Akashic Records, we're able to, in a way, bend time and go back to the experiences of the past to become the observers of the actions that we took 3, 4, 5 lifetimes ago, and be able to heal them, forgive ourselves, change it by bending that time, giving a different resource to that lifetime, right? And be able to look at our soul's journey and rewrite our book of life. We cannot change what has happened or what we've done, but we can change the energy behind every experience and every emotion. So with the help of our masters and our teachers, we're able to transport ourselves to those moments in time that are causing us the most pain right now. Because perhaps a lifetime, 2 lifetimes ago, we did some damage to somebody else, or we hurt them in a different way, that in this lifetime, this experience, we have been given the opportunity to repair. And perhaps we have not such a great relationship with our parents or our siblings or our friends, and we don't understand the reason. Perhaps it's one person. Sometimes it's a lot of people in our lives that are doing the same things. And when we are given the opportunity by asking the specific questions and tapping into this realm that is Akasha, we are able to be transported in time to see what relationship we had in the past with this individual. And we are given the opportunity to take a look of who we were in that lifetime. How did we hurt them? And understand the reason why we are here in this lifetime, trying to balance those actions that we took 2 lifetimes ago. So at that moment, with the help of our masters, we're able to change what we did, forgive ourselves, forgive them, ask for forgiveness. And maybe we are repeating the same patterns in this lifetime. So when we are looking at that lifetime and the actions that we took and the experiences that we were having with this individual, it makes a clear sense of what's happening in this one. We understand why we feel a certain way with these individuals and what is the reason that we have not able to resolve, forgive them. But by tapping into that moment in time, healing the moment in time in that past life, what we're doing, we're bringing a little piece back of our soul, that fragmented piece, and therefore our present and our future changes. Because what is happening to us today has nothing to do with today. It has to do with the actions that we took that are registered in our book of life, and they are coming at this moment in time in our cellular memory. So by changing the past, healing, forgiving, asking for forgiveness, we no longer have to carry that cellular memory in this present moment. And this is why it is so important. A lot of times we don't understand, how can this be possible? How can I go back to that moment in time? What happened has happened, and yes, you're absolutely right. We cannot change the actions, but we can change the energy that has been registered in that book of life.
So the good news is that Claudia is going to be giving uh, two important courses in the upcoming days. We have level 1 and level 2 of Akashic Records. We are looking at your Instagram right now, your Instagram feed. We can see here September 18th. It's actually the second level. You're going to be doing a weekend with the second level for those who might have taken the course already. So you're going to be doing that, and all the information we're going to post your phone number so they can find out how to register. Basically, they go to your website, Claudia, and they can find out. And then on October the 1st, that weekend, you're doing the first level for those who want to start from scratch. So tell us a little bit about the dynamics. What does it take? What does it involve? I guess your full time. This is a very intense weekend.
Yes, it is. So it's a 4-day weekend: Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 9:30 to 5:30 each and every day. And what we are going to be learning, first of all, is what is Akasha, right? And what are Akashic Records? And how important it is to create a solid foundation in our lives. Because what happens is that when we don't have a solid foundation, it's very easy when the storms in our lives come, we are thrown by the winds, right? So by entering the Akashic Records and having this practice, it's as if we put layers of protection into our being, and we create a solid foundation because we are constantly healing and letting go of those things that no longer serving us. We are bringing those pieces of our soul that have separated at any moment in time to protect us, right? So by looking at them and bringing them back into our soul, we are able to become whole again. And this practice of healing and constantly cleansing and entering and raising our frequency gives us a very solid foundation. So when we have experiences in our life that are not so wonderful, we can look at our lives from different eyes. And I think during these times it's very important to have that solid foundation. There's a reason why we are going through these experiences, and how you are going through them is the most important. How are you reacting to the situations in your life is what's gonna determine your future. And you're suffering right now, who are you being, which is so important. So we're going to be learning the impact of entering and learning this modality. I'm going to be teaching a specific recipe to enter and a sacred prayer, because not all of us are born with these amazing gifts to be able to tap into different realms. And I was one of those people where I did not have the gift, because there is amazing people that are able to tap into Akasha without the recipe or without the sacred prayer. But the sacred prayer has been given to us from the Maya's tradition. And to me, teaching it this way is very sacred. And what I love about it, that there is no guessing. I know that when I follow this recipe and follow the sacred prayer, I'm entering into this realm that is going to protect me and heal me and allow me to deal with my day to day from a different frequency and vibration. And to me, that is important. That is a gift these days, because we all need this protection. So we are going to be meditating throughout the weekend. We are going to do mantra meditation, breath work meditation, and I'm going to teach you how to balance your chakras. We talk a lot about blockages and chakras and how they affect us, and chakras are the filters of our emotions. So we must balance our chakras daily, and we can do it very easily. So we're going to be learning that. We're going to chant and do beautiful exercises to raise our frequency, so we're able to interpret the information, the light language that is coming from our masters and our teachers. The only reason why we don't understand what spirit has to say to us is because our frequency is low. When we raise our frequency, we are going to be able to interpret better and listen to that intuition, to those messages that spirit, our masters, our guides have for us daily. Uh, we are going to be practicing the arts of questions. We're going to tap into our book of lives and practice. I'm going to be giving the students questions, and we're going to practice those questions outside of the Akashic Records and inside of the Akashic Records, so they can see the difference in the answers, in the messages, and how you truly are receiving messages from spirit.
I hear you, and I also well, I love the topic, and you know that I'm a big fan of all your work, but I also think of people that might be listening for the first time and they're not that much into the spiritual world, and some people they listen to you saying the teachers and the masters and the energy and all of that. Do you have to be spiritual to start in this? Do you have to believe in anything in particular, or can you just like understand that this is their body is also energy, and all you need to know is how to get in touch with that energy without even changing your belief system or anything like that?
Absolutely not. This is not about religion. This is not about any dogma or anything like that. The reality is that we are energy. And when we try to change our lives from this physical place, it's literally impossible. And when we are living our lives blinded by all the information and by our beliefs, we are living in suffering. And people come to me because they are suffering, because they are repeating patterns, and the same situation keeps repeating itself. But we have come to a time in our lives that we need to start to shift the condition of our minds as a collective. And when we start to change the condition of our minds, when we start to look at life with different eyes, we're able to see how we stop the suffering. We are so used to talking about lack and talking about what we don't have and always looking outside of us. But my friends, this is the time to change, to transform your life, because this way it's not working. This way is hard work. We're doing it the hard way. But when we start tapping into these realms of energy, because around us the quantum field of energy exists, we just not see it because of our frequency is so low, because of the things that we eat, because of the words that we speak, because of the thoughts that we have constantly. We are not able to tap into all there is and all the possibilities. we when we can step out of our physical being and start to raise our frequency through all this work and meditation, and we truly start to have a practice where we go inward instead of outward, because daily we are on our phones, We are on Instagram, Facebook, and we're looking outside, and all of these things are causing us pain because we're constantly looking about what we are not and what we do not have. And what I'm trying to teach you is to go within and find all that you are and how special you are and how you can attract into your life everything that you want and deserve, and everything that it is for you, not what your neighbor has or your brother and your sister have, because that is not for you. What it is for you is what you already know that you are, but you have not seen it. So this is not about religion. This is not about changing who we are and our beliefs. It's about tapping into who we truly are and learning what we came here to be, finally, and stop going through all the struggle, the suffering. The experiences are always going to be here, but how we live them is the difference. How we act, not react to our lives, is what's going to make a difference. So, what I tell people is, why not? You've been doing this all your life and you continually suffering. You keep looking outside. It hasn't worked. Let's look at life differently. Let's tap into our power, our true power. Let's not do so much, but be more. And that's my invitation.
Okay, we're going to look at the poster that you have done for this course. In the meantime, I'd like you to tell us a little bit more about yourself. For some of our audience, you are a very familiar uh, presence here at the channel, but we want to hear more about Claudia Rotman. Who is Claudia Rotman?
Well, Claudia Rotman is a mother of four. I've been married for 25 years. I have a wonderful marriage. And my teachers have been my daughters. My teachers has been my life, right? Just like every single one of you, I have gone through traumatic experiences in my life, but I learned to look at them differently. I learned to understand what was the reason of all of my experiences, and I'm able to live in more of a present moment. I'm able to live today and continue to be the student of life, because I will never stop being the student of life. And my passion for teaching this modality is because as a mother, I suffered. As a woman, I have suffered. And I realized that there was no need for all of those experiences. I could have changed a lot of those experiences if I would have had this knowledge, right? Because we ask for the experiences of our lives because there is something that we came here to do. There's something that we came here to balance and learn and transform. But when we're born and we pass through that channel, we forget what we came here to do. But we have brought to this world the perfect actors and actresses to help us with this chapter of our lives. So I am a mother of four, and my passion is to teach people how to transform their lives. But just like every single one of you, I have my ups and downs. I have my days that I don't do my meditation. Most of the days I do, because I realize that I'm a much better person when I do my work, my meditation, enter my Akashic Records and heal. So my passion for this work came from my seeking and healing myself and healing my daughters. So this is why I do it, because I know there is an easier way to transform and learn. But I go through my struggles just like everyone else. the opportunity that has been given to me is to be more conscious, to understand what I'm thinking and my emotions, and be able to get myself out of those emotions, the negative emotions that do not serve me, a lot quicker than if I did not have the tools. But what I love is that I am a student of life, and I continue to learn, and I want to learn more each and every day. And my teachers, I learn from them. My students, I learn from them. My family, I'm learning from them each and every day. And I want to not only liberate myself, but also liberate my family from suffering, and hopefully live uh, a better future for my kids and my grandkids and everyone that's going to come after me, because of the work that I've done and the seeds that I have planted in this lifetime for the people that are coming after me in my next reincarnation.
We're so happy to hear your story every time again and again, and it's fantastic because it shows us that you don't need to be a monk or a nun or just renounce to the world to achieve this. You can just have an everyday experience. You can connect and be in that frequency of the Akashic Records to receive the signals and the messages that are constantly pouring to ourselves. No, once we're able to become familiar with that, and that's what you have showed us with all these almost 3 years of doing programs, that it is possible. It can be an everyday thing for us. So we're so happy to have been able to explain everything all over again and invite people, because every day there's new people passing by and curious, and especially very, very curious about their lives, about their origins. I mean, the world is helping a lot. We would say that this age, it's not about being happy, it's about awakening. And there's a difference. There's a difference, because when you awake and you understand, you see more and beyond, then you will know what to do, and then you will be hopefully you will be happy. But there's a work to be done, and I believe the Akashic Records are a wonderful tool to achieve that. And who else but Claudia to help us in that? So we're going to be very, very we'll be pending for this course. It's going to be October 1st. I see it here. But then we have the one in the 18th, and that's on September. So just in case you have attended, no, and you want to start the second level, well, there you go, on September 18th. But then if you want to start, it's on October the 1st. It's a weekend. You have stated many times that the first hours of the course you won't charge, and people are free. I don't know how the dynamic, or actually you register, but if you don't feel comfortable with the first hours of the course of the first day, you will get a full refund. That's how easy it is. You're so confident on what you're going to give that people can just tell you, Claudia, I don't feel it right now, maybe later. They're free to get a refund. So that's another guarantee that you can feel confident about taking a step towards this.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times people don't know me as a teacher. They don't know what they're going to learn. They don't understand what Akashic Records are, but something called their attention. There is a need to know, and there is a curiosity, right? So what I tell people is come on Friday, learn a little bit more, tap into the energy, because the moment that we start, we already in the energy of Akasha, and you're going to feel that unconditional love in that primordial energy. And once you're in there, you just feel so fantastic and so hopeful about your life and the opportunities to transform it and heal all those relationships, all of those sufferings, and even physical situations that you might be having, might be experiencing, you able to understand where they come from, where is the root come from, and how to heal it. So I invite everyone to join me that Friday, because 100% of the time everyone decides to stay, and at the end of the workshop there is a transformation, and there is a beautiful love and energy about the person, and the desire to continue with the work. And not only the teaching stop there, because I'm always in contact with my clients. We're always doing healings, and the opportunity to have access to me, as well as access to my teacher, Ernest Ortiz, and Journey to the Heart. He's very much accessible. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal when you get to tap with your teachers and be able to have conversations and continue the growth, right? Because a lot of times we take a class and we don't follow through with it. We don't continue to practice. So I always encourage my students to continue practice with me, and I'm very much accessible and available to everyone. So yes, I invite you to join me on that Friday, and at the end of the day, you get to make the decision if you want to stay and continue with the workshop.
Wonderful. So there's, I think, little left to say, except, well, thanking our audience for being here live with us. And if you watch this later time, feel free to contact Claudia. This is her direct number. You can ask any question about, anything you've listened, or perhaps even a therapy, because you can also get an inquiry. You can, they can consult Claudia for Akashic Records, which you also do on a regular basis. So I think that's about what we can cover for today. We thank you, Claudia, again. And make sure, whenever, subscribe to any of the channels, wherever you're listening right now, watching. You have Instagram, Life by Claudia _ at the end. You have Facebook, Life by Claudia. And you can also follow us on Aldea Global or iaaam, the iaaam channel, which also Claudia is a founding member as the International Association of Alternative and Ancient Medicine. So we're all coming together for the same purpose, and we enjoy doing this, bringing this. I wouldn't change for anyone. I'm enjoying this content. This is what I like to talk about, and thanks to life, we're doing this. Again, thank you, Claudia. Happy weekend.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.